Welcome to IMUA Quick Bites, a micro-learning series featuring subject matter experts in the inland marine industry. I'm Eileen Monreale, Education Training Specialist for IMUA. For today's topic, Cargo Theft Update from Verisk, Q3 2024, I'm honored to introduce Steve Lang, Manager of Marketing and Member Services, Supply Chain and Equipment Solutions at CargoNet. Welcome, Steve.
Thanks, Aline. Thanks for having me. And like I said, my name's Stephen Lang. I work with at Verisk with our CargoNet and our NER solutions with our supply chain equipment division. I manage all of our marketing and member services. And today we're going to look at Q3 2024 and look at the supply chain risk trends that we've been seeing. You'll see here, just a reminder, our Q3 we used, it's July 1 to September 30th. This year, we recorded 776 cargo theft incidents across, that's both the United States and Canada. That was just over a 14% increase compared to Q3 2023. While it was down 1% from Q2 2024, the odds are that probably will equal out once the delayed reporting comes in. But again, 2024 was an all-time highs, so that's not as big of a surprise as some might think. Total value, we had $39 million stolen in 2024 in those 3 months. You'll notice that July had the most incidents that were recorded over Q3, followed by August, and then we had a slight decrease in September. While each month did show an increase, July significantly was just over 30%. Our most targeted commodities were food and beverage. Household goods did take over for electronics. Electronics historically and last year was our second highest type, and we'll dive in. I'll show some of the subtypes that were stolen within those commodities in just a little bit. Per usual, our most targeted location type was warehouse and distribution centers. This is mostly, as it has been in the last year or so, due to the just pickups and fraud incidents that have occurred. Our second location is going to be truck stops, and then a significant lower is going to be at parking lots. If we're looking at where the thefts are occurring, they're going to be exactly where they've been the last few years. California is by far our top state, representing 230 incidents. That's over 25%, followed by Texas at 95 incidents, and then followed by Illinois. Illinois has popped into our top 3. I think this is the 3rd quarter in a row, and we expect that to stay that way and to be the 3rd most targeted state when it comes to the numbers total for 24. You see here on our map, I am going to focus on those 3 spots. As you can see, California, that it's mostly in that Dallas, Fort Worth area in Texas. And then in Illinois, it is going to be in the Chicago metro area as well. If we look at, I mentioned earlier, we're going to look at theft by commodity and by commodity subtype. As I said, food and beverage was the most targeted stolen commodity. But when you look and dive in a little bit into the subtypes, this is where you're going to learn a little bit more. Our top targeted subtype was actually vehicle accessories. So what might fall under there is be, say, tires or any other parts that may be for vehicles, followed by alcoholic beverages was slightly just behind those vehicle and accessories. And typically non-alcoholic beverages is our either our second or third targeted subtype, but for this quarter, it actually dropped pretty significantly down to just 16 incidents. Compared to Q3 23, there's been a shift in those targeted goods. The biggest decreases that we did see were solar panels, be more specific, say solar panels, motor oils, and energy drinks. And what we did see increase would be footwear computers, and high-end audio systems, as well as there was an increase in hard liquor targets. Some of the big takeaways and primary drivers of cargo theft continue to be its organized crime groups that have been specializing in strategic forms of cargo theft that typically involve some sort of document fraud, identity theft, and intent to steal the property that they're being entrusted to transport. Three main types are going to be our sophisticated phishing schemes. Organized crime groups have intensified their efforts to gain unauthorized access to motor carriers, official email accounts. These compromised accounts are then being bid on shipments and bypass compliance checks. This method has grown in popularity in response to much of the industry's instituting policies and rate confirmation documents and should only be sent to official emails. Our next takeaway is going to be purchase authorities, previously centered around recently purchase authorities in California. Organized crime groups are now primarily interested in authorities in states not thought to be in high-risk cargo theft, so it's not going to be in your California, not going to be in your Texas. This is because after many companies have instituted policies that either they're not accepting new carriers from the state of California into their network, so they've caught on to that and have started looking elsewhere. And finally, within here, just enhance evasion techniques. Organized crime groups are stealing part of shipments or stealing a whole shipment and are now switching license plates, driver's license, and truck and trailer numbers between each pickup to combat the growing resilience on publicly available FMCSA vehicle inspection data. Multiple pickups are being arranged in multi-day crime sprees, and stolen shipments are being staged at central collection points so that malicious actors can focus on obtaining as many loads as possible before the industry learns their criminal activity. To sum everything up, our analysis highlights the need for vigilance and adaptive security measures across the supply chain. Looking forward into the final quarter of 24 and beyond, we do expect that strategic theft crews will continue to evolve to evade compliance checks. And finally, as well, we are seeing or think we are going to see some full truckload thefts, and thefts of trucking vehicles are remaining prevalent in unusual hotspots, particularly maybe in Atlanta and New York City metro areas, so not just in those California and Texas spots, as well as some atypical thefts, including proof of delivery, manipulation schemes, non-delivery of shipments, and shipment misdirection schemes to persist as continue to be significant threats.
Well, thank you, Steve. We appreciate your sharing this timely and important information in a quick bite. I especially like those takeaways. They're really quite unique, and I appreciate all the detail in those. IMUA is dedicated to providing professional development to assist our members, and we look forward to your next update for the fourth quarter of 2024. If IMUA members would like to learn more on this topic, consider viewing Emerging Cargo Theft Trends and Tools to Assist Underwriters and Cargo Theft Trends and an Underwriter's Guide to Reduce Losses, or any of the other 150 hours of on-demand education on inland marine topics that are available at no cost for IMUA members. Until next time, I'm Eileen Monreale with IMUA Quick Bites.
Thanks, Eileen.
Thank you, Steve.